Right on my left, I have Elozonam.
Yeah.
And I also have the American gangster Ike.
What's up? What's up?
The gorgeous Diane.
Thank you.
And the gorgeous Cindy.
What up, world?
I'm glad to have you guys here. I'm very excited. So don't mind me that I'm not being jumpy, but I'm really excited. I've been waiting for you guys coming. And I know you guys are pretty good friends in the house. You seem like you guys were pretty good friends.
Yeah.
So I believe this is the best crowd for today, right?
Yep.
Are you? So how does it feel? You're out of the house and you guys stayed for quite a while. How has it been for you?
It's been crazy. It's been very crazy. We've been catching
Crazy
cruises.
how?
I mean, we were in the house for 2 months. We didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And we came out and heard all this gist from left, right, and center with multiple perspectives.
From multiple perspectives.
So, and again, you know, our life before, we weren't too careful about how we should be.
Yeah.
Now we're just very careful.
Yeah, you're celebrities.
Too careful. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a...
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's the
It's just crazy.
definition. It's crazy. Fantastic. Ike, let's start with you.
Okay.
What do we call you? The coin finder?
Oh yes.
Or the coin
finder.
stealer?
That one, I like that one. Coin
You
finder.
like coin finder?
Streets.
No, I like this one that's caught on Ikego.
I like that.
I like that.
Ikego. So Ike, with you and the coins, okay. Let's start with Omashola's coins, right?
Yeah,
When you found his coins.
exactly.
And then he realized that his coins were missing, right?
Uh-huh.
There was a point where it seemed like you were a bit dramatic because you were angry because Omashala was supposed to give you coins, but now he's misplaced his like, did you
Yeah.
plan this before you got into the house? Like, how did that happen? I'm confused.
Nah, it's just like, oh, I won't even lie. The timing was just so funny because I really was just trying to play it off, like so my coin finding wouldn't be found out. But I overacted.
I was just like, what is happening?
I overacted, and I actually got emotional when I was like,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did you feel afterwards? Because I saw that you got a little bit closer to Omashala, you got to know him. So how did you feel
Yeah,
afterwards?
when I really got to know him, I really wished it was someone else, but
Yeah.
you know, at least it happened. So we just have to.
But he still doesn't know that you took his coins or you found
No,
his coins.
I think he has an intuition. He has a feeling. He asked me a few times, but
But
you know, I'll confirm it with him when he comes out.
That should be interesting.
very interesting. I wonder how that would turn out. Let's talk about Mercy quickly. I know that you knew Mercy before the house. You had met her. Like, what was your friendship or your relationship with Mercy? Did you already have your eye on her? Like, how did that work?
No, it was just you know, I knew plenty of models. I knew plenty of girls.
Oh,
who
you
was
knew
going
plenty
out.
of models.
I'm a model. So just being in
You know
the
the way it sounded is like I knew plenty of
No,
models.
not saying like that, but she was just a friend, like
Uh-huh.
a work friend.
A
Tell
work
me
friend.
like what's going on. Tell me what's happening in the streets, and then when we got to the house, we just thought it'd be smart to like work together to stay as long as possible,
Yeah.
and then it just it turned into something else.
It turned to something else. So you didn't plan for this to happen.
I definitely didn't. I definitely haven't been in a relationship in a long time, and I wasn't looking for one.
So what was different about Mercy? Because before you guys left the house, I've heard I love you 1,001 times within both of you, right? And love is a very strong word. It's not something that you just throw around easily.
Yeah.
So at what point did you know I actually love this girl?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
Come into the
I
message.
think.
So that
after-
say it with your chest.
Save your chest.
I think in the house we really tried to play the game, and
Yeah.
it's just like being in that type of environment, the feelings, it's like things are, what's the word, faster, things
Yeah.
happen faster there. So it's a strong word for me to even use, but I started feeling like that after the Munch It challenge when we had our date. That was a serious day. Like, we broke up that morning
Yeah.
and like got back together that evening. So that's when I really realized how much I had felt for her.
Yeah. That's sweet. And people are calling you a soft guy. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm just catching the cruise. I'm just on the ride. I didn't know I'd be here, so I just go with the flow. People can say what they want to say. I'm gonna live my life.
All right, fantastic. Cindy, How's it going?
Good. You cried a few times.
It's a lie. One time in the house.
Yes, let's
Okay,
mention
Cindy,
that.
let's proceed.
You cried how many times, Cindy?
I'm with you.
All right, Cindy.
Yeah.
So coming out of the house and seeing all the drama about the Ludo, what were your thoughts about that? You know, how did you feel about it?
It's really surprising what people take too seriously. But being in the house at the time, it was just a misunderstanding between two people. It happens. There was no beef at all. I don't know if there were other circumstances behind that actually made people get so mad or whatever. But that particular Ludo incident, it wasn't like I just walked up to her and said, let's play. And she said, no, we had already been playing the game like 3 times. Yeah, before that particular one. So I really don't know. NK is my girl. I don't know. There was no beef at all. It was not that deep.
Have you guys spoken since you got out?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We've spoken. We were together, right? I've seen her, and then it's cool. It's cool. It's all cool, people.
All right, fantastic. But let's also talk about your relationship with Frodd and the whole cashew saga. What really happened with you, Frodd, and the cashew nuts?
Fraudulent. It was not. Also, it's not that deep. We placed an order. My order came. He took it, and I'm like, this one is not even serious. Taking my cashew. I wanted to split with him. I don't know. You know, Frodd. He can just enter his zone sometimes, and it was quite annoying on that day, that particular day. And it's what it is. And then I got the cashew. I'm good. Every other thing that was said, I didn't pay attention to it. I ate my cashew.
But what's your relationship like with him now? Are you guys cool? Are you guys
really cool. Frodd
Okay.
has actually been nice to me. Really, really cool.
Okay. Elozonam.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot I was here.
Oh, you're right here,
All right.
right here.
Okay.
So I've been waiting for you to, I mean, not now to come out of the house, just to ask because, you know, when this whole cashew thing happened, I don't know if it's Mike that came and said something to you, but it seemed like the cameras went away. So we don't really know what happened, but then you got into it with Frodd, you know, there was a back and forth. What exactly happened between you and Frodd?
I'm going to be very, very brief about this.
Okay.
I think it started happening from the video. When I got the video power, I did my save and replace, and he was the person I replaced Bbnaija with. And I explained to him why I did it. You know, there was a logic behind it, but he didn't. I mean, and I understood why he wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, just wait till it plays out. And it played out the way I expected it to play out. But he was still kind of upset about it. But, you know, I think it lingered on. And then when the cashew thing happened with Cindy, I was trying to diffuse the situation. I told Frodd, let's come and sort this thing out inside, as opposed to people shouting up and down the place. Let's sort it out. And something was said. I wasn't there, but I got the feeling that it was said. Mike came in. He was talking to, I think he was talking to EK and someone else. And I just went to ask him, what did he actually say?
Okay.
Because when I went outside, he said he didn't want to talk to me again. I should stay on my own. I'm like, okay. Wow, okay, cool. But I felt like there was something else. And I asked Mike to tell me, and he told me, and that's when that happened. I just kind of went with it, and I lost my cool. And that happened. And after that, all the things that were said were said. And after that, we both stayed in our own lane. At some point, we weren't talking, but at some point, we became civil, right? And we just that was how we were from there.
Yeah.
You know, so we didn't act. There were no altercations after that because we just understood each other, and we were just civil. We're not close, we're not far, we're just civil. That was what it was.
And then you just moved on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you see you guys actually even being friends or even talking outside the house?
One thing I've learned from my experience in the Big Brother house is anything can happen. You are just. I felt like when I was there was a higher power just because I mean, who could explain how the events went? It was very entertaining. So who could explain how the events were going to be? So I feel like I'm open to every possibility. I feel like because of the kind of friction we've had, it will not be far-fetched for me and Frodd to be friends tomorrow or to work together.
Yeah.
You know, life is not that serious.
Yeah.
You get. I'm open to any of those things.
That's true.
So.
Yeah. But I want to ask you, did you end up eating his food?
Every time. Because I cared more about my belly.
Diane!
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So before I actually ask you other questions, because I just asked him if he ate Frodd's food, why were you mad at him for eating Tacha's food?
Oh God.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was meant to be a joke, not really mad. I was just catching cruise with it, to be really honest about it. I was just catching cruise with it. But I was just trying to be poetic because then that was just when me and Tasha had our incident. So I was just trying to be like, oh, see, on my other side, that kind of joke, but okay. Yeah.
So it was kind of like a joke.
Not too serious.
Not too serious.
Yeah, not too serious.
Okay. We see you as a very reserved, quiet, sweet person. But with the Tacha issue, like, what exactly, ticked you off? Why did that get you to a point where there was a back and forth? Because it was shocking, sort of surprising. Like, oh, Diane, that's quiet. And then before we knew it, it was Diane just shouting at Tacha. So why was it Tacha, and what exactly was it that ticked you off?
First off, I want to say I'm a very imperfect human being.
Okay.
That's one. Never said I was a gentlewoman.
Let's just put that out there.
Jotting things down. Okay. That the box got missing. We forgot it. Sorry, not missing. We forgot it in the arena. I just felt like it could have happened to anybody. And then she kept on shouting. Every other housemate was trying to be like, oh my gosh, we left the box, you understand? But she just kept on shouting, she better be joking. She was directing all that to just me. Do you understand? And I told her, Tacha, keep quiet. And I was really trying to control my anger. I walked into the room and I kept quiet. When I came back outside, I was trying to ring the bell so that I could beg Big Yo. Big Yo opened the door and then, just try to talk to Big Yo and explain things to him. And then I was trying to, see how the arena do and everything. I was just confused. I was in my own confused state already. As if that wasn't enough. She was now shouting. And then, things just, I feel like two men that didn't just understand, how to deal with certain situations. We just escalated it a bit. So we are not both perfect. So yeah, it happened.
It happened. It's all right. But we also love to know exactly what's going on between you and Elozonam, because we were confused, I mean, we could see some connection, but then we're like, but they're not making it official. And you guys are sort of always having friction. So what was that? And what are you people whispering, Ike and Elozonam?
No.
I can see you from my side eye.
I just looked at Ike. I just looked at Ike.
I'm interested in this.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Cindy,
Cindy the instigator. We'll give her a new title here.
For Elozonam, I think he's a really great guy. I admire him. I admire his work, and I think he's really smart and talented. Yeah, I feel like we both didn't have certain understanding in the house. We always had, yes, our fiction, like you said, but I think that made us get to know each other better. We're working on it. I mean, it's a daily process. We'll get there eventually.
Bum.
What is that bum? Please put comma there. Don't put a piece of, because I still have more questions. Okay, so when you say we're working on it, like, what does that mean? Like, now that you guys are out of the house, is there any possibility that,
To be honest, we just got out. It's not, I don't even think we've had time to breathe yet. I've not had that breath yet. So I feel like we'll take things in. We'll talk it out. We'll,
figure it out.
Yeah. We're writing the story, Abby.
Yes, exactly. We're writing the story.
Writing the story. Fantastic. Did you have a game plan? And please be honest, because a lot of times people say, I'm just being myself, but really, did you have a game plan getting into the house, and maybe you didn't stick to your game plan, or you did stick to your game plan, or things just went the way they went? Did you have a game plan?
So when I was going into the house, I mean, I was asked that question a lot.
Yeah.
My family and I really didn't have a game plan. And when I got into the house, the nomination process changed to nomination challenges. So you didn't have to nominate anybody. Instead, you had to compete not to be nominated.
Yeah.
And that's what immediately that happened. That's what I focused on. Just acing the nomination challenges and acing arena games and all that stuff, and trying not to get up for eviction, the tasks and everything. So yeah, that's what I did. And I didn't know it was a strategy until later when I actually thought about it. I'm like, okay, this is what I've been focused on.
Yeah.
And when you switch back to the typical nominations, my strategy went out the window.
What about you, Ike?
When I came in, I just had a strategy to, really be myself.
Yeah.
But I tried also not to sleep too much. I tried not to sleep too much.
You tried not to sleep too much. Like, are you?
Mm-mm.
On a normal day, do you love to sleep?
No, I don't. I
Okay.
don't. But sometimes in that house, you can find yourself. Where I saw people oversleeping, and maybe not. Though there was conversations that bored me, I would just jump into it just to, just get that camera time or something. But then later on in the show, I saw that the best strategy was to just work on myself and develop myself and let people see that development.
Okay.
So that was it.
All right. What about you, Diane?
Well, my strategy was just self-discovery, being a better version of myself, and putting myself out there. That was just it. So I was myself in the house. I am not, all of that, but that's me. That was me in the house. That was Diane.
Okay. Cindy.
Honestly, I had no strategy. I just entered. I was just like, let me just make the best use of this opportunity. I was still overwhelmed that I even entered in the first place, but there was no game plan. But upon coming out, I heard that my strategy was to pretend that I didn't have money. And then I actually did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
I heard that.
I heard
serious,
that.
No way.
I heard that too.
Please,
Well, yeah,
I don't have money.
Yeah.
I don't have money.
Yes.
But it appeared to be so because apparently I had invested because I don't really make that much, but the little I made, I invested it in my business
Okay.
rather than myself. So I have nothing. I am, even if you check my business page, you won't even see a picture of me. It was that bad. So when the whole thing that I've been doing came up, people were like, oh, this girl actually has money. It's not like I have money, it's just that I don't invest in myself, but hopefully I can become better. This Big Brother experience has made me to just think down.
To the boy.
Yes.
That's absolutely amazing. I loved your friendship with Mercy, by the way. And
Thank
a
you.
few days ago, it seemed like you were at your most vulnerable because both of you guys were just bawling, just crying and just talking and talking. What made you get so close to Mercy?
We are two different people, to be honest. I think we got on stage together when we entered for the show, and she was somebody I never thought we were going to actually click. And then when we got to her, she just kept saying I look like someone, one of her friends, and then we got talking, and then I realized she just has this kind soul. It just where you and somebody click is a vibe. You just vibe with somebody, even if you guys are different, two different people, but you just vibe. And I found true friendship in her. It was just everything about her. She's a nice person. She's caring. She has this mother characteristics. I don't really know what it is, but she's really nice. So yeah, you can't help but love Mercy.
Oh, that's so sweet. And again, that same night, she was saying, just pretty much talking about her brothers, her background, and how her brothers would probably be shy to meet with you, Ike. I'm talking to you. And just how it's been a very difficult situation for her. What are your thoughts about that? And what would you say about her feeling that way, seeing that that you people are from two different backgrounds and she feeling uncomfortable to an extent that her brothers will not be able to speak with you or communicate with you in English?
My whole family speaks Igbo, and so
Do you speak Igbo?
I can hear it. Speaking is a different thing. Kedu. So, but I didn't think it was a big deal. I think how sometimes she gets emotional, so I didn't think it was a serious issue. I still don't think it's a serious issue. Yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful. All right, a bunch of questions coming from some of the listeners. This is coming from Amaka saying, please ask Ike if he's staying back in Nigeria or he would go back to the States because we want to see him around. So...
I've been in Nigeria since December 1st of last year.
Okay.
So, I'm going to be here. I'm definitely going to be here. I'll probably go back and visit the States in a year or two, but for now, I'm definitely going to be in Nigeria and Africa as a whole.
Okay. And this is for Elo. Amaka is saying, I should ask Elo if he would love to date Diane, not minding Toyo is in the picture.
Amaka, this is a question. Get us his view. I'm just going to skip it.
Skip it.
Boom.
Why? All right. This is from Amaka Stu saying, please ask Cindy why she loves food and cake. Cindy, why do you love food and cake?
I love food and cake because I love food and cake. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually do love cake as well.
Yeah.
And I love food so
Who
much.
doesn't?
And this is coming from Amaka Stu saying, Diane, I heard you saying that you don't want to share Mercy's relationship with anyone, and you're referring to Bbnaija.
Wow,
that's the
Amaka.
reason why
Wow,
you
Amaka.
hated her. So is that true?
We need to boycott Amaka right now.
Okay, that wasn't why I nominated Bbnaija. Even Bbnaija, I think she saw the video why I nominated her. She was really competitive. Something that is admirable. No beef, just pure love. It was a competition. It was a game.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It was
just
a
that
game.
devotion.
Remember that.
And yeah, of course, I love Mercy because she's my closest friend in the house, and that was true friendship. But when I said that, joke again, you guys, some things are not that deep.
So there's something that I like to do sometimes, and I think I will do it today. It's a little game, and I would like for you guys to play it with me. Why are you?
No,
Are you afraid?
no, you know I'm never afraid.
Okay. So I'm just gonna ask you a bunch of questions. Okay, maybe just 3. I'll make it 3. And it's who is most likely to. So when I say whatever the sentence is, you have to tell me what housemate you think is most likely to. It's just 3 questions, okay? And please, you guys should not look at each other to figure out which one. Just say the name of the person.
What are the
All
rules
at once
here?
together.
You can say it together.
Are the rules like housemates that are still in the house or any housemate?
Any of the housemates.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is, and think about this, who is most likely to snatch the crown from the Queen of England's head and just put it on their head?
Fraudulent.
Oh wow.
Well, who's the Queen of England?
I don't know if anyone in the house would do that. Then again, I didn't know everybody in the house because I came in.
Yeah, but you think Frodd will do that?
He gets all the gifts. He tries to get all the gifts. From
So
everybody.
you just take the,
Like,
Exactly, fraud.
Oh my god.
who do you think, Diane?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know. Okay, who is most likely to become a pastor?
fraudulent.
Amazing. All right, so what is next for you guys? What should we be expecting?
Content, and more collaborations basically.
Yeah.
'Cause I intend to work with everybody in this room and then more people, more of the housemates. My Instagram, YouTube channel. I was a content creator before I entered the house, and I intend to take it up a notch now.
Yeah. Speaking about that, I know you had a show called like The Cliffhanger, right?
last year.
Speaking with the housemates.
Yes.
So how does it feel being on the other end?
Look, that's why I said you can't write this stuff. The
Yeah.
universe just moves everything. Like, so you just surrender to whatever higher powers out there and let them do. Because people said that. So last year I hosted a show where I interviewed some of the Big Brother housemates, and now I'm in the show. It makes for
Yeah.
a great story. I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right, Ike. F the ice cream. Like, where do you come up with those different names?
Take care of the baby.
So, yeah, what was that?
You know,
Those slogans.
after ice cream, you know, we're brand new, we're merchandising right now.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it just comes from the heart and the head. Like, don't come and tell me about some ice cream that you didn't buy. That's not yours. Don't tell me about that. Like, eat it or leave it alone. Don't talk to me. You know? But you know, when I get upset, sometimes I just say what the first thing that when I get upset, I just say the first thing that comes to mind, and then you know sometimes it's catchy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most times.
Most times.
Most times.
Since I mean after the house, I just plan on merchandising, working on my brand and just trying to build more on the business ideas I already have going on in my head, and more on the fashion industry, modeling, and even trying to get into other parts of the entertainment industry also, acting, things like that.
Okay, what about you, Diane?
I have my online series that I'm working on. Will be coming out soon. I have my food outlet, Rosette's Kitchen. Please follow, by the way. That I'm going to, put all out there. Basically, acting, everything creative. I'm ready to, according to Elo, top notch.
Top notch.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. All right, Cindy.
You all know I'm a videographer, music artist. Videography, music videos. So hopefully you can expand to movies, big time. I'm looking at acting. I'm also into real estate. So yeah, everything I do is just the same thing, but like top notch.
Yep.
So we're getting bigger. And I'm open to collaborations, to anything
With
entertainment.
everyone,
Yeah, with
anyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
I'm open. Like, let's make some money. #EK.
No.
Okay, go.
Okay, go.